Hello IGCSE ESL candidates. This is listening exam paper 4, March 2022. Listening paper. Let's practice together exercise 1, which is considered one of the easiest questions in the paper, but also it includes a distractor. Let's read the question as we mentioned in our other recordings, that always read the questions before you start to answer. The question said here, answer each question on the line provided. Here is the rule. Write no more than 3 words or a number. So either to write 3 words, pay attention, or 2 words and a number if the answer needs number, but no more than 3 words or even only a number. Let's see the question. Here he said you will hear each recording twice. 1, A and B. Each question in exercise 1 is divided into 2 questions, A and B, for each audio. Which day is the English literature exam on? So the question is asking about what? A day. It means our answer will be a day. Tip to follow when you answer listening exam paper. Try to always predict what the answer may be. Predict the answer. Okay, so before listening to the track, expect what you are going to listen. Expect what they may say, what the speakers may say, and we will do this together now. So as agreed here, the answer will be a day. Where? So it means the question is asking me about a place. What places you can imagine? It may be a home, it may be library, it may be at school, it may be at the beach, and so on, so forth. So expect answers before you listen to the track. So in the first part we need to find a day, in the second part we need to find a place. Let's listen to the track and identify what is the day that's required as an answer and what is the place that's required as an answer.
Jack, have you heard the date of the English literature exam has been changed?
Wasn't it supposed to be on Friday?
Pay attention. The first part here mentioned the day Friday, and he said, wasn't it supposed to be on Friday? It means it's not, or it won't be the required answer.
I know. I was going to study for it all day Wednesday and Thursday, but the professor said he had to rearrange it to Tuesday. I think it's at 11 a.m.
But that's nowhere near enough time to prepare.
Exactly.
So here he said that the professor has rearranged it to be into what? Tuesday. So this is the right answer. The first day which is mentioned is to trick you, and the second day is the right answer. So focus while you listen.
Exactly. Do you want to do some revision together? I could come to your house later today.
My sister's having her friends over. Why don't we go to the park as it's such a nice day?
The one near school? Fine by me. Meet you there in an hour?
Sure.
In this second question, he said that they might meet in his house. The first speaker said, let's meet at your home. So the student may hurry up to write, let's meet at your home. Don't be in a hurry and listen if the other speaker will change the answer. This is the trick here. And the answer is already changed to be where. So home is not the right answer because the answer has changed. Okay? Let's listen to the whole audio again.
Jack, have you heard the date of the English literature exam has been changed?
Wasn't it supposed to be on Friday?
I was going to study for it all day Wednesday and Thursday, but the professor said he had to rearrange it to Tuesday. I think it's at 11 a.m.
But that's nowhere near enough time to prepare.
Exactly. Do you want to do some revision together? I could come to your house later today.
My sister's having her friends over. Why don't we go to the park as it's such a nice day?
The one near school? Fine by me. Meet you there in an hour?
Sure.
Question 2. A.
They will meet in the park. This is the place they plan to meet in. Let's try over the question 2. As we mentioned, each question is 2 parts. This is exercise 1, A and B. Before you listen, read the questions. He asked you about what? About when. This is the key word of the question. When did scientists think that turtles will disappear? So he is asking you about when, which is a time. The time may be a day, maybe an hour, maybe a month, maybe a year, maybe any time reference like century, like decade, okay, and so on. The second question, what item? So he's asking you about what? About a thing to be mentioned is especially dangerous. He refers to something considered dangerous for the young turtles. Okay, so here again, reading the questions, highlighting the keywords in the question, especially the question words, like here we highlighted which, here we highlighted where, here we highlighted when, and here we highlighted what item. And tip number 2, expect what you may listen. Highlight the keywords. Tip 1. Tip 2, expect what you may listen. Let's listen to the track.
When do scientists think turtles will disappear? B. What item is especially dangerous for young turtles?
On the 23rd of May, we'll be celebrating World Turtle Day, aimed at raising awareness of turtle welfare. It's been celebrated for over 30 years. These gentle animals have survived for 200 million years.
So far, he mentioned 3 different numbers and dates that can be considered as an answer for question A, which is when. But the 3 kinds of dates he mentioned are just a distractor to you. He mentioned them to trick you. The first one was the day of celebration. The second one, how long the turtles have been living. The third one is, so he mentioned variety of dates, but the answer not yet to come. Listen again.
Yet biologists predict they'll have died out within 50 years.
Look what she said. She said the scientists predict that they will have died within 50 years. This is the answer. So the answer is what here? Within 50 years. 3 words, no more than 3 words. Listen again. Let's continue to find the answer.
Turtle numbers are rapidly decreasing for all sorts of reasons, including climate change. Plastic bottles is another serious issue, particularly in the case of smaller turtles which can get trapped in them. Shopping bags floating in the water can also be harmful for turtles in general. Because they look like jellyfish, turtles sometimes mistake them for food and swallow them, leading to severe health problems.
In the rest of the audio here, we need to find what? We need to find what item is especially dangerous. You may be fooled by the use of synonyms in the listening exam. because using synonyms is always repeated in each kind of question. Like in the audio, he used the word harmful when he talked about the turtles, and he said serious issue, which can be considered also something dangerous for the turtles. But when he said harmful, he was talking about turtles in general. He said what? It may be harmful for turtles in general, but the question is not asking about turtles in general. The question is asking about what? The young turtles. Young turtles mentioned in the audio by saying smaller turtles, and he used the word serious issue instead of saying dangerous or harmful. So pay attention to the use of synonyms while you read. The distractor here that he mentioned 3 items that can be dangerous, or 3 problems are already mentioned in this track. Let's listen again. The track will be repeated from.
On the 23rd of May, we'll be celebrating World Turtle Day, aimed at raising awareness of turtle welfare. It's been celebrated for over 30 years. These gentle animals have survived for 200 million years, yet biologists predict they'll have died out within 50 years.
Here, the second part that we need now about question B. What item is especially dangerous for young turtles?
Numbers are rapidly decreasing for all sorts of reasons, including climate change. Plastic bottles is another serious issue.
He said here, plastic bottles is another serious issue. Let's see if he will say for the young turtles or no.
Particularly in the case of smaller turtles.
What he said, particularly in the case of the smaller turtles. So what is dangerous for the smaller turtles here is plastic. What? Plastic bottles. Let's see the second distractor here, which is not the answer.
Which can get trapped in them. Shopping bags floating in the water can.
He said here shopping bags that can floating on the water also can be a problem for them. But look, when he talked about shopping bags, what he said?
Also be harmful for turtles in general.
He said the shopping bags are harmful for what? For turtles in general. But the question didn't ask me about the turtles in general, so it's wrong. He asked me about what? The young turtles. Let's go to question 3. This question asks about what size pizzas has the girl ordered. So if you expect the answer, you may expect a small size, you may expect a family size, you may expect a saving size, you may expect a larger size, and so on. And the second part asks about when will the girl get her pizzas. So when, it asks about what? About time, maybe an hour, 3 hours, 5 minutes, and so on. Okay, let's listen to the track together.
Question 3. A. What size pizzas has the girl ordered? B. When will the girl get her pizzas?
Pizza Palace, how can I help?
Can I order a couple of margarita pizzas? Medium ones, please.
Look here, she asked about what? About the size medium ones, please. That's what she ordered. Okay, and the question asked, what had the girl ordered? Medium ones. The answer is wrong, because we mentioned that answers later will be changed. I mean, pay attention to the points mentioned by the speaker, and later in the audio it will be changed. Let's see how the answer here will be changed and won't be the medium ones.
Would you like to upgrade to family size for just £2 extra per pizza?
That's a good offer. I'll go for that.
Sure.
Okay, so when the speaker here told her that there is a family size which is better for her to use it for extra two, I'm not sure, he said £2 or what? Yeah, okay, he said for extra £2. Okay, so the answer he has changed because the girl said I'll go for that. It means her older the family size, her final option is the family size. I'll go for that. And let's see what about the time of delivery.
Is it for home delivery or will you be collecting?
How long will it take? I'd rather have it delivered if possible.
That's going to be about 50 minutes to an hour. Or we could have it prepared in 20 minutes if you're able to pick it up.
So here are two options he gave to her. He told her either to wait from 50 to an hour, 60 minutes, okay, for home delivery, or it will be delivered in 20 minutes if she will collect it from this shop. Let's see what she chose, because here are the two options he provided.
We're too hungry to wait for an hour. I'll collect.
No problem. See you soon.
So what he told her, what she told him, she told him that I'm too hungry to wait for an hour, so this is wrong. Okay, and she said I'll collect. She didn't say that I'll wait for 20 minutes. She said what? I'll collect, referring back to what? Referring back to the 20 minutes. Okay, because she didn't mention any time, she just said it's too long to wait for an hour. Okay, if you wrote here as an answer it's long to wait for an hour, as she said, the answer is wrong, because the question is asking about when, so you must provide an accurate time. And the accurate time is already mentioned in the audio, 20 minutes. Sometimes there is another distractor here, or another trick, which is what? Which is referring back to the answer that we name as back reference. Okay, I'll collect refers back to what? To the time mentioned, which is 20 minutes. He told her if you want to collect you can receive it in 20 minutes. Okay, so the right answer here is what? 20 minutes. Let's go for the last question in exercise 1. 4A, where will the students get in the coach in the morning? Where? So he is asking you here about a place. Where will the students get on the coach in the morning? Okay, so focus on getting on the coach and focus on the time on the morning to identify the right place. Here he said, what should the students bring with them on the trip? So we need to find some substance or some items that they should bring with them for the trip. Listen to the audio track.
Just a few words about tomorrow's day trip to the coast. As there's repair work taking place in the school car park, and as the coaches can't park in the street opposite, we've arranged for them to wait for us in the city square. Please meet your teacher there at 7 a.m. Unfortunately, we're expecting a drop in temperature and strong winds later in the day, so a warm jacket would be a good idea for tomorrow's conditions. The forecast is set to improve at the weekend though, so you can save your shorts and sandals for then.
In this question, question A, he mentioned a place before he give you the right answer to distract you. Number one, he talked about the school park. Okay, so you may be fooled or tricked by using the school park as the right answer, which is definitely wrong, because he said in the school park there are some repairs, and also he said that in the park opposite, or in the street opposite to that, in the street, so they cannot also park in the street opposite. Then he said, so we arranged, look, he mentioned 2 mistakes, 2 wrong answers to fool you, to trick you, and lastly he gave the right answer. He said in the city square, and city square we arranged, this is the correct answer. Let's listen again.
Just a few words about tomorrow's day trip to the coast. As there's repair work taking place in the school car park, and as the coaches can't park in the street opposite, we've arranged for them to wait for us in the city square.
Arranged for them to wait us in the city square. Okay, so the answer is the city square. Let's see the answer of point B, which is what should the students bring with them on the trip. He told them that because of some issues in the weather, they should accompany what with them?
Please meet your teacher there at 7 a.m. Unfortunately, we're expecting a drop in temperature and...
there is a drop in temperature. Look what he's going to ask them to bring with them.
Strong winds later in the day, so a warm jacket would be a good idea for tomorrow's conditions.
He told them to wear what? A warm what? A warm jacket. Listen to the rest of the track.
The forecast is set to improve at the weekend though, so you can save your shorts and sandals for then.
What distractor is used here? He told them that you can use or save your shorts and sandals for then. And sandals for then. This is a wrong answer, and he didn't ask them to bring the shorts and sandals with them, because he said, and for the weekend. So he's talking about the weather or the forecast when in the weekends. He said that the weather will be better, so you can save your shorts and your sandals. So a kind of distractor here that is repeatedly used in this kind of question, that he gave you multiple answers. Similar answer, similar number 1, similar number 2, similar number 3, okay, and the right answer is used only once. I mean here he used for example, he used the word warm jacket, okay, and also he used sandals and he used shorts. But which one is the right answer? Warm jacket. Why? Because those two are talking about the weekend, and this one is used for tomorrow's conditions or tomorrow's trip. This kind of distractor or trick is repeated during the exam, gives you multiple similar answers. You must be focused and concentrated to get the right answer. How did you do that? How do you achieve that? By regular practice. Regular practice is your only way, your only path for success. Wait us in the next tutorial to practice the exercise number 2 in March 2022, and goodbye.